Hello everyone. Welcome to the 5 Stars YouTube channel. In today's video we will be looking at the top 5 best laptop for gaming. This top does not reflect my own opinion, but it's made based on experts' opinion. As always, link to all products mentioned in this video will be in the description down below. Without further ado, let's get started.
This is the Omen X17. This Omen X laptop is laughing at my desktop. This is more than just a regular gaming laptop. 120 Hz G-Sync 17-inch display. You guys have Thunderbolt on this thing. You guys have a mechanical keyboard, and it's also easy to upgrade. I'm actually having a better experience on this than I am at my desktop at home. This has a GTX 1070 with 8 gigabytes of GDDR5. It also has the Intel i7, it's the 7700 HQ. Now get this, you can actually overclock both of those. We've got these 2 huge vents. We've got 4 heat pipes going through there. That's going to keep things nice and cool. The Omen Command Center, it's actually quite useful. Not a lot of bloat. You got all your utilization charts right here and stuff. Lighting, now you can do animations. Start off with the Omen X, because it's the Omen X. There we go. Now whenever you hit this, whoa, X. Over on the side here, you've got your SD card, and you've got a USB 3.1. Now on the back, you've got USB 3.1. We've got 2 3.1 Type-C connectors, and those are certified for Thunderbolt. Thank you, HP, for that. We also have an Ethernet port, a display port, that's a mini display port, and we also have HDMI, so you can run this to extra monitors. I mean, this could be a desktop replacement for a lot of you guys out there. We have a 256 gigabyte NVMe SSD, then we have a 1 terabyte SATA hard drive. You guys can easily pop in there and add more if you wanted to, swap this out. And then we have 16 gigabytes of DDR4 as far as the memory goes. And like I said, really easy to jump in there and upgrade stuff. This is going to be great for going over to your friend's house and playing video games. It's one of the only laptops that I've actually sat down and been like, yeah, I can game on this. They've also got a pretty big battery in this. Just general use, 5.5 hours. So the bottom line for this is if you need a gaming laptop that can also replace your desktop and be something you can take around everywhere, this is one of the best that I've seen. I'm probably going to be playing a lot of games on this thing.
ASUS ROG Strix Hero 2 is a gaming laptop that boasts some robust specs, including an 8th generation Core i7 processor and GTX 1060 graphics. That means you'll have no problem playing the latest titles. This 15.6-inch beast will also blow you away with its colorful, 144 Hz panel and mesmerizing speakers. The Strix Hero 2 does have a few flaws, including a ton of bloatware and an awkward camera located on the bottom bezel. But overall, this is a gaming rig you'll definitely want to own. Verdict: the ASUS ROG Strix Hero 2 is a sleek gaming laptop that bursts with power and captivates you with its sharp 144 Hz panel and intense speakers. GIGABYTE Aero 15X was the first thin Max-Q laptop to catch my eye, and the 2018 Aero 15X V8 refresh remains a promising entry in the field, fixing most of the issues I had with its predecessor while keeping everything else that I love about it. Primarily, the keyboard works much better after a driver update, and the screen's been updated to a snappy 144 Hz panel. Compared to MSI's GS65, the Aero 15X has a less attractive body with sharp edges, but wins in the productivity category on account of a bigger, 94 Wh battery. In practice, that is, our streaming video test, that larger battery lasts upwards of 6 hours, compared to the GS65's 4.5. With near identical internals, gaming performance is comparable to the GS65 as well. The biggest difference, other than the body design and battery, is that the Aero 15X can be outfitted with a 4K screen. I recommend sticking with the high refresh rate 1080p screen if gaming is your primary concern, but 4K is a nice option for productivity power users who can take advantage of the extra pixels. In number 2 in our best laptop for gaming list is MSI GS65 Stealth Thin Gaming Laptop. The GS65 Stealth Thin delivers everything I want in a gaming laptop. It has the convenience and portability of a productivity notebook, light and thin enough that I can toss it in my backpack, tote it to meetings, and comfortably use it on the couch, married with the internal guts of a gaming PC, powerful enough to play the latest games at high or max settings once the workday is over. It has a sleek matte black aluminum body with gold accents that feels sturdy and looks, and thankfully lacking in obnoxious gamer aesthetics. Best of all, in addition to a slim, 18mm thickness, the screen's 4.9mm thin bezels allow for a overall chassis size that's about an inch smaller than most 15-inch laptops. Performance-wise, the GS65 doesn't disappoint. The base spec features a GTX 1060 Max-Q GPU, but I recommend the GTX 1070, again Max-Q, model for a few $100s more. It brings with it an upgraded SSD and killer wireless networking. This spec lets the GS65 maintain frame rates above 60 FPS in most of the latest games with settings maxed out. And by tweaking a few settings and disabling some of the more demanding, less visually impactful options, you can easily push your frame rates up to 100 FPS and above, taking advantage of the system's 144Hz display. There are other nice details, too, a keyboard from SteelSeries that's solid and responsive, and RGB lit, if you care about that sort of thing, a responsive touchpad, and a webcam that's placed at the top of the screen, thankfully avoiding the abysmally unflattering nose cam found on most thin-bezeled laptops like the Dell XPS 13. The only gaming feature missing here is G-Sync, but that's a forgivable offense as the omission allows for both a lower price tag and battery life that legitimately lasts through a whole day of email, web browsing, and streaming video.
The Alienware 17 is an epic gaming laptop with dynamic reflexes. Designed with incredible new features for gameplay so visceral, you'll have to decide how deep you're willing to go. With Tobii eye tracking, you can take aim with your eyes, unlocking reflexes for a host of gaming functions. Enable mind-bending VR with the next generation NVIDIA 10 series graphics and optional dynamic overclocking with the latest and most powerful Intel Core processors. Engineered with a new hinge-forward design and premium materials, aluminum for thinness, magnesium alloy for rigidity, and copper for performance. Featuring an Alienware Tactex keyboard with N-key rollover. The Alienware 17 is the ultimate evolution of portable gaming technology.